Hey team, welcome back to the channel. We last left you in Picton, having just made the 3-hour ferry ride across the Cook Strait from the North Island. About a 30-minute drive south from Picton is the world famous Marlborough wine region, which seemed like a good place to begin our tour of the South Island.
We checked into a hotel and enjoyed our first glass of Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc in Marlborough before heading into town for dinner. We had one day in Marlborough before the weather was forecast to turn on us again, so we hatched a little plan to get away from it. But first, wine country. Good morning. We are on our way to our first winery in Marlborough. Marlborough is stunning.
That's the airport.
Yeah, there's a little airport over there. The mountains in the background. I think maybe because we're now into the summer, all of the vines are just sort of in full bloom. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. So we are going to start our exploration at Cloudy Bay. What a place. Let's go. Look at this. Hello from Scott's. Cloudy Bay was fully booked. We are onto our first samples of the day, all dispensed in this wonderful cellar door with automatic machines, but much more importantly...
Yeah, we have a concept like this back home as well.
Much more importantly...
Some very fine literature here.
The wine dogs of New Zealand.
And they've got pictures of them all, and a little bit of fun facts about them.
Who's our favourite so far?
Well, this one's gorgeous, but this one that made us laugh. This one, his favourite toy is a rubber rat. Favourite pastime is getting a scratch before letting customers try wine. Favourite foods, chicken and pig ears. Obsessions, doorbells, rabbits and birds. Naughtiest deed, ripping kids' teddy bears apart.
Oh no. Oh dear. Anyway, we're going to enjoy the wine dogs. Okay, this is the Alan Scott winemaker. And if we're being totally honest, it wasn't very good. Fun concept in there. I like the way that they do the tastings, but we tried 4 of the different wines. None of them were good enough that we'd want to buy a bottle. So anyway, pretty place. Moving on. Next up, winery number 3 for the day, Framingham. This looks small and cute. Oh, look at that, that's lovely. Looks like accommodation up there. Okay, this is as strong opening as opening goes. Look at this. They've turned wine barrels into chairs, that's so clever. This is gorgeous. Let's hope the wines live up to it. So, this is a Chardonnay, which you can tell is a Chardonnay from the colour, but it tastes sweet and kind of custardy, and it's not got that like horrible oaky after kick that so many Chardonnays have got. It's fantastic. We've not tried the Riesling yet, but let me do that service now. One moment. Cheers. That's very sweet for a Riesling. Lauren's going to like that. I'll pass it along. This is the Framingham Wine Library. They've got their wine safely under lock and key. It's brilliant. It's really quirky. And Lauren's found a drum kit. This is going to go well. But look at this. This is what the whole area looks like. It is the prettiest of the wine regions that we have been through, including every wine region that we went through in Australia. It's gorgeous. And it's pancake flat. There's no hills anyway. The views just go on for miles.
If you're staying nearby and you're comfortable cycling, there's all these
you can cycle.
gaps on the side of the road specifically for cycling. Is a good place to do it.
So here's a little tip. We are at the Vines Cafe in the Vines Village. That was a $30, £15, delicious, amazing, wonderful lunch. And it's right next to Whitehaven. which we have been personally recommended by a guy who knows his wine, so we're heading there next. That was a fabulous lunch. Okay, welcome to Whitehaven. We are doing a premium tasting, 4 wines, starting with a traditional style Pinot Noir Rosé, which is totally delicious. It sounds like a tour bus is on its way in, so we better drink up. Okay, those of you who have been following us since our Australia days might recall that Laura and I spent 5 days doing the Barossa Valley, the Adelaide Hills and McLaren Vale. And when we were in the Barossa, one of Lauren's old university friends, a guy called James, came and joined us at the David Franz winery. James runs the Vivino app in Australia. If you've not yet got it, go and get it. But we just sent him a message and said, James, where should we come in Marlborough? And on his list of 4 was this place, Whitehaven. Absolutely delicious. Did the premium tasting, had about 6 different wines. Every one of them was fabulous. So James, thank you. We miss you. And guys, if you get to come down this way, that's one not to miss, Whitehaven. Really delicious. Moving on. Welcome to Spy Valley.
In 200 meters.
How about this? Welcome to the Spy Valley Winery. Oh, this place is just magic. This is the winery building here. That's just fabulous. It's so fabulous. We've got a premium tasting on the way. $10 to try 4 of their best wines. Just on our way out of Spy Valley. And look at that. Is that the most picturesque vineyard that we've seen?
Up there.
It's easily up there. It's just stunning. So beautiful. And not bad wine. $10, tasted 4 wines. Didn't buy any of them. The Pinot Gris was a bit sweet, but that's a very first world problem. Let's go.
After 4 wineries and many hours of boozing, Josh was fairly well watered, and being designated driver, I couldn't drink. So, we went back to the hotel, ordered Pizza Hut and crashed out.
Morning. We are leaving Marlborough. The time has come to make a radical play. As you can probably hear from the windscreen wipers and see out of Lauren's window, the weather at the top of the North Island is not great. South Island. From what we can tell, according to a bit of research and the news, La Nina drowns the North Island, but makes the south of the South Island hotter and drier. And we have absolutely no tolerance left for bad weather. So we are going to drive 800 kilometres over the next 2 days. We are scrapping the plan completely and heading straight for Queenstown, towards the south of the South Island, in a desperate hope and prayer that it won't be raining down there.
You can't see it from this angle. I'm looking out. I can just about see mountains, but
It's
we
boring.
can't see it, and it's not what we're here for.
It's not what we're here for. We are giving New Zealand until the 26th of January, when we are going to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers, to change our minds. If it's still crappy weather and it's crappy weather down south, we're going somewhere else. We'll write off what we've spent on the van. Living in a van in the pouring rain constantly is shit.
We can't put that better. Really.
No, it's shit. Anyway, we have got a couple of driving days, 5 hours from where we are now, down to Blenheim, down to a place that's just sort of south of Christchurch, and then on to Queenstown tomorrow, and hopefully in some sunshine. We will see you in a bit.
Until much later. Or maybe I heard them and they didn't register. To me, Balmoral was always simply paradise. Same as the year before that. But Balmoral was its own micro-season. A 2 week, he always called me darling boy, but he was seeing quite a lot now. His voice was soft. He was in shock, it seemed.
The ever-present rain to one side. This is stunning. We have just stopped for lunch. It's a wild seal making its way out into the water.
And a shake.
Oh goodness. Oh, I've never seen that before. We have got about 300k on the clock so far for the day, another 100 or so to run. But we're back in wine country. Vineyards everywhere, cellar doors galore. It's beautiful. It's a lot less busy, unsurprisingly, than Marlborough.
Good morning. It is the 12th of January. We have just left our campsite in Ashburton, which was a really good pit stop actually, as a halfway point between Blenheim and Queenstown, which is where we're headed today.
Road towards Shearman Street. In 500 meters.
Anyway, sat-nav's being rude. Bit of a long driving day today, but the plan is to get to Queenstown this afternoon and essentially follow the sunshine now for the rest of this trip.
I think we're starting to make some progress away from the clouds and towards the blue sky. It's just starting to show us little peaks. In the meantime, the countryside is stunning. Beautiful. That is our first look at the New Zealand southern mountain range. You can just see those little snow-capped peaks in the distance hiding behind the cloud. That doesn't look real.
Even the little, I say little, those hills to the right, are just fantastic too. Behind. Everywhere.
Gorgeous. Everywhere here is just beautiful. That, my friends, is Lake Tekapo. And it's astonishing. Oh goodness.
I think we got better visibility than Taupo.
Oh goodness. Wow. Of all the beautiful places I have been fortunate to stand in my life, I'm not sure many have even come close to comparing to this. Welcome to Lake Tekapo. Have a look at this. That is just serene. It's so still and calm. It's the most stunning shades of blue with little snow-capped mountains in the background. That's just that's something else. That is what I came to New Zealand for. Wow. That's a real privilege. As lunch stops go, that was probably the most spectacular we've had this entire trip so far. We will be coming back to Lake Tekapo for at least 3 nights, I think, to just chill and enjoy it. I can't even describe how beautiful this place is.
It's just very,
It's
very special.
serene in its beauty.
We've seen lakes like that, you know, in Canada, for example, but as in not like with big pictures of it. It just kind of reminds me of Banff in a way.
Yeah, it looks like Banff, doesn't it? Pictures of Banff I've seen. Anyway, to Queenstown, the sun is coming out and our plan, I think, seems to be working.
If I didn't call Chels, I'd call Pa. How are you, darling boy? Not bad, you know. But he asked me to write rather than call. He loved my letters. He said he'd much prefer a letter. Chapter 14. We boarded a Chinook full of mailbags, lay down among them to hide. 40 minutes later, I was hopping off into knee-deep mud. When the hell did it rain? I was shown to my quarters in a sandbag house, a tiny bed, and a roommate, Estonian signal.
If you imagine this with a fresh real fruit ice cream.
Say hello to Lake Pukaki. And I'm just gonna stay quiet because I might be eloquent, but I have no hope of doing this justice. It's... you fill in the blanks. As roads go, that is one of the most beautiful I've ever driven. Amazing. We are at 821 meters of altitude, about 130k roughly to Queenstown.
The window pinched my nose, offered him some mints. The corners of his mouth bent slightly upward. After 2 minutes, the Bentley stopped. Short.
Got that on video. Talk to me, Mrs. Dom.
So, we couldn't just stop for petrol. This place does what they call real fruit ice cream, which we've now seen how it's made, and it is just basically yogurt, dairy ice cream, non-dairy ice cream, mixed with whatever berries or fruit you'd like. And it's just squirted down, shaped beautifully.
And first taste says this is yogurt and raspberry. We're going to enjoy. We're in this little like service stop, about 100k from Queenstown. We were in desperate need of fuel, and they've just got bathroom, little village store, and a merino shop, which is interesting because there's sheep everywhere here. So we're going to go and stick our noses in that too. Mm-hmm. But first, ice cream.
Oh, Josh.
It's taken 800 kilometers of driving in 2 days, but it's worked. We're in Queenstown. And the sun is shining. Look at this. This is glorious. We're actually just outside of Queenstown proper. We're about a 10-minute drive north. So we're going to be here for a couple of nights, then we're going to go to Queenstown itself. But this will do. Hot sunshine, this will do. 6 PM and it's still warm and sunny. It's been too big a day for Lauren.
Hey, start again.
Good evening from the sunshine in Queenstown. It's 8:30.
It's 8:32.
We're not hiding in the van.
No.
We're not listening to the sound of rain on the roof of whatever kitchen we're hiding in.
It's so dry and sunny and warm. I've even got an insect bite already.
We've had dinner outside, we cooked dinner outside, we've had a beer and a gin and tonic outside.
Life
and
is good.
There's still like
It's
half
good
an hour of
now.
sunshine, and we're in no rush, we're on no timetable. We've got 2 nights here, 2 nights just 10 minutes up the road in the heart of Queenstown. That'll be Saturday and Sunday nights, so that should be good fun. And we've got 7 weeks to just relax and enjoy, and things are looking good.
They're looking up.
So, from the shores of Lake Wanaka, is it?
No.
I can't pronounce any of the names of these places. Good night, and we will see you tomorrow when we are going to start exploring Queenstown and everything around. Have a good one. I hope that these colours come out on this video. That's magical. It's just creeping up on 10 o'clock and the sun's just going down. It's beautiful.
We enjoyed a stunning sunset and stayed outside for as long as the insects would allow, watching the stars come out under the perfect clear sky. It had been 2 very long days of driving, but it had been well worth it.
Next time on the Doms Down Under. We get out and about exploring Queenstown. And we find a hidden gem in the tiny town of Glenorchy. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this one. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and like the video. We'll see you next time.